Okay. I'm nervous. What should I say?
Hi, Nervous. I'm Zabby. Say something
Okay.
better
Hi,
than
nervous.
that.
I'm Zabby. Wait, no.
What? You have to be funnier than me. That's the law for guests.
Wait, no, that's not fair.
Yeah.
No, you're the host, so it's your job
Yeah,
to
but
entertain
I'm
me.
not funny.
That's not true.
I'm isn't funny, so all guests legally have to be funnier than me, because that's the only way I'm ever gonna gain views.
That doesn't sound correct, because you are funny.
No, it's correct. I've never said anything funny.
That is definitely not true.
No, it is.
No.
No, I've asked my lawyer.
Who's your lawyer?
Um,
Because I need to sue
you know
him.
that one guy. The
Saul?
yeah, you have rights. That guy.
I don't know if it's that guy. I've never seen Better Call Saul.
Better Call Saul. Did you know that you have rights? The Constitution says you do. What? That's the terrible ad that he runs.
Okay. I didn't know this because I've never seen it.
Wait, have you never seen? So, I actually mainly know that quote and ad because people have like green screened him out of that ad and like memed it in response to like everything.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds like something people will do.
I'm actually surprised you hadn't seen it because it was everywhere for a while.
Never underestimate my disconnect from popular internet things.
You're my popular internet thing.
But also never overestimate it.
You're my popular internet thing.
I'm not popular.
Yeah, you are.
Or on the internet. No.
You're literally on the internet right now.
No, you're on the internet. I'm just hanging out while you're on the internet.
Yeah, you're
But
currently
you are the one who's
on the
interneting.
internet with me.
Yeah, but you're the one who's on the internet. The internet is you. You're the internet here. I'm not on the internet. I'm on
You
your
are
lap or something.
currently on a stream.
No. Hold on. No. I am in a Discord call. I'm not streaming. Shit. You're the one streaming.
Yeah, but you're on the stream, you egg.
Don't call me an egg. I came out years ago.
What is wrong with you?
I don't know. I'm trying to be funny.
Now
You
you're
asked me
the
to be
one
funny.
being incorrect on purpose for no reason.
You asked me to be funny. This is the only way I know how.
You're literally
I
just
learned it by
copying me,
watching-
and I'm not
I
funny.
learned it by watching you.
Okay. So like that kid that learned how to do drugs?
Yeah. The drug in this case is being funny on the internet.
Oh, fair.
Anyway, hi chat.
Hi, Chad.
We're playing Monster Con.
I'm
Spooky Con.
I might be a
For
little
some,
high.
For some, it was just a nerdy convention, but for us, it was 4 days to celebrate our many passions and obsessions fiercely, unapologetically. And we weren't alone. Regardless of what you loved, you could always find people who make you feel seen and understood. Anywhere else, we might have been seen as weirdos and misfits. But here, we could finally feel like no matter who we were, we belonged.
Just call me Zabby Dance Pants from now on. I'm dancing.
Okay, Zabby Dance Pants.
There's music! I'm dancing! You know I can't sit still to music! You've been in a room with me while music is playing!
Yeah, I've played music for you.
You know that I don't sit still!
Fries with that.
If the beat grabs me, I cannot physically sit still. It is impossible. I do not know how neurotypical people do it. Like, look, if I was ever in a horror movie where, like, you had to play, like, freeze tag to the death or something, because, like, so many horror properties are just, like, children's things made scary, I would lose if someone just started playing... I would lose and die if someone just started playing a catchy song. I'm just saying. If I'm ever in a challenge that requires me to not move and you want me to lose, just start playing catchy music, and I will lose. Immediately. I promise you.
This is good to know.
I don't know
We're
what this ramble
gonna have
was.
a callback to this later on. But as dreamy as SpookyCon was, it also came with its own set of pressures, some of which we already knew so well. And it's you on the narration now.
I think we can probably just skip this time.
I mean, I guess we've certainly seen it before. I don't know, maybe you have new viewers.
Well, they can watch my VODs and give me more views.
That's true.
Or
you need to watch the first MonsterCon VODs,
or
you'll miss all of the context.
you can buy this cool game yourself. This game is cool and good, and you should buy it and give the developers money. And Claudia Martinez told me that I should do this.
Yeah, also leave a good review.
Yeah.
He said we should do that too.
Yeah, he said we should leave a good review, so make sure if you do buy it that you do that as well. You should, Auletta. I would also be down to play with you sometime. We haven't done a collab yet, but I would be down to show you one of the games at some point, Auletta. These games are awesome and cool.
Yeah.
And I have them all, and you can Steam Remote play them, so you wouldn't even need to buy one of them.
You don't have to buy them if you're playing with a friend who has them. But you should buy them, because they are good.
You should buy them, because they're cool. But yeah, Auletta's another VTuber I met relatively recently, and I haven't done anything with them yet.
Owlet? Hi, Owlet.
Auletta.
Auletta. Okay. Tell us 3 things you like. Let's see.
Yeah, Auletta, tell us 3 things you like.
Yeah. Okay, so... this is just Axe Cop. The comic Axe Cop.
You make that joke every time we see that prompt, and that is incorrect, also.
What other main characters have axes for hands?
He doesn't have axes for hands.
Does he not?
No.
Who has axes for hands?
I don't know! We've had this conversation like 4 times!
Not remembering things is my thing, okay?
I guess I need to look that up. What characters have axes for hands? So that I have the answer for you the next time you ask me that question? Because holy shit, woman!
I'm just gonna take that whole row there.
I do like wholesome memes.
Wholesome memes good.
What? Your answers were correct.
Yeah. We weren't new to all this, so this time we challenge. Wait, no, this is just narration again. You've seen this before.
Yeah.
Skip.
I have 2
Yeah, I figured you meant you have the first one. But you can remote play all of them, I believe, and I do have all of them. So if you want to try another one, we could do that as well. Okay, what comic do we want this time? Do we want one of these last 3?
I think we want one of the ones we haven't seen yet.
Oh yeah, there's also this one. I keep forgetting about this one.
Yeah. So there's probably classic romance. I'm thinking. I'm guessing T is British drama. I don't know what the bottom or the right one. Sorry, that one at the very bottom is the last one we unlocked.
Yeah. So I believe you unlock them by unlocking ones that are touching.
That would make sense because we
and
unlocked
the
sports
thing is,
last time.
we completely avoided this row.
Yeah.
So I think
that does make
that's
sense.
largely why this one took so long to unlock.
Rather than it just like being the last one to unlock for real reasons.
Welcome to Goblin Town, Owletaft.
I say either that arty paintbrush one or the newspaper, because I don't know what either of them are and I am curious about them.
Yeah, let's do this one. Hollow Knight and Crypt of the Necrodancer are both cool games, and thank you for the follow, Auletta. Mwah.
Yeah, Hollow Knight is legitimately one of my favorite games.
Yeah. Okay.
Crypt of the Necrodancer, I really like the series as a
shift.
whole, but I like
mean,
Rift best.
My turn.
And I like Cadence of Hyrule better than Crypt. Okay, who
This
am I
is
going
my
after?
jam.
I didn't actually decide about it. I have decent smarts and decent charm.
I don't know who I'm going for either. I'll find out.
Yeah. I mean, I guess we could go for Sawyer again. My boldness isn't super high. I'm gonna grumble. Do you remember what April's stats are?
You'd think I would because I love April,
I would think that.
but I don't.
That's why I asked.
Because my brain is empty and bad at numbers.
Yeah. Well, creativity and fun is Zoe, so that can't be hers. I'm guessing
I
maybe
think
fun?
it might be
I'll
fun
look it
and
up.
charm.
I'll look it up.
I know it's 2 stats.
Yeah. There's a Smash Your Brothers tournament going on at the community zone. You sign up because love always trumps violence. The matches involve 8 players each, and things get horny and confusing quite fast. In the end, it's very hard to tell who actually won, but you all surely got too fun in the process. You and your friends are checking out the community zone when you stumble upon an indie board game showcase. I believe with the two of us, you're Doug.
Yes, I do believe I am. And no,
April, Omen, and Liam.
and no, my partner does not also stream. She just streams with me sometimes.
Yeah, I am just here to hang out.
Yeah.
I don't feel like putting effort. Listen, I've been dating this woman for coming up on what, 4 years now? Almost 4 years now. Well before she started streaming. I know how much effort she's put into that. I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
I'm just here to hang out.
Yeah, you are the one I always like talk to about my processes and the problems I'm having with getting things set up.
Yeah.
So
So
you
I understand how much
Yeah.
effort she's been putting into this, and I'm so proud of her for that effort.
you
I have other things I want to put my energy into.
yeah.
Uh,
You
so-
probably have more of an understanding, like, you definitely have more of an understanding of, like, the process of setting things up than, like, your average person.
Mhm. Yeah, so, like, at most, maybe I might, like, be hosting a stream from my computer if she's, like, borrowing a game that's installed on my computer for whatever reason. I don't know. Like, I feel like that's the closest I'd get to streaming.
Yeah.
Anyway.
And hi, Manfred. Wow, there are so many games. I can't believe we get to try these before anyone else.
Yes, but be wary, Doc. If you even look any of these game devs in the eye, they'll try to trap you in their sales pitch.
Hey, you there! You think you're smart enough to understand my Eurogame?
Don't be ridiculous.
Of course I am. What an ignorant insinuation. Show me this Euro game of yours. Liam, didn't you just say... All rules have necessary exceptions, April. This won't take long.
3 hours later.
Oh, so, okay, I can discard up to 3 plasma cubes to get a plasma homunculus, but only if I build a cube merger last turn. Do I do this before or after the harvest phase?
During the harvest phase, and only if no other player has the Proto-Alchemist on a sulfur tile. Doug, do we need to review section 12H of the rules again? Haha, I think we've read section 12H enough times already, no? No more rules! I can't take it anymore! If I have to memorize another rule, I'm gonna start eating drywall!
Mood. I sometimes say I need to eat drywall now. I don't know
I
when
mean,
I
you're
started
April.
saying it, but I do just kind of say it sometimes now. And I don't think I actually parroted it from anything. I'm not sure.
You're just like her for real, for real. Oh, what is time anyway? Hours are measured by how much fun you had living them.
Don't worry, Boyd. The con's open until midnight.
There must be a way to end this game and get all of you, yes, even Liam, out of here. Let's see. Eat several game pieces so you can call a food safety inspector to ban the game for being a choking hazard, or yell, "I win," very convincingly. I'm gonna eat the game pieces.
You email the Food Safety Committee and begin discreetly eating the game's tiny, pointless pieces. But no matter how many you eat, you don't choke. It's as if these pieces were specially designed to go smoothly down your throat. All too soon, the inspector is here.
Hi.
Would you?
Hi, I'm from the Food Safety Committee. I was told this game was a choking hazard. Do you have any proof?
There's no more time. You do the first thing that pops into your panicked mind. You draw a gun and shoot the food safety inspector.
What?
Void, what did you just do?
It wasn't Void. The tabletop game dev shot him. What? No, I didn't. It was her. Everyone saw her holding the gun. Not me. I was too busy texting the cops and telling them you shot him. Soon the police arrive to arrest the tabletop game dev. This manages to bring the match to an end. Damn, you win this round, Void, but I'll have 15 to 28 years in solitary confinement to fine-tune my game. And when I get out, I want a rematch!
Wow, Void, that was ruthless. I didn't even know there was a frame your opponent for murder phase of play.
You would have if you'd paid attention to Section 12H of the rules.
I love
You
this
gain 2 boldness
stupid
for risking
game.
death and prison to win a Euro game. Totally worth losing 2 charm. Yeah.
A new day, a new adventure.
April is fun and charm. You were correct.
Okay, I was right. Never
Yeah.
doubt me.
I didn't doubt you. I just wanted to check
I was
because you said you weren't
talking
sure.
to me.
You're talking. Oh.
What? Can't I just berate myself loudly sometimes? Also, Void, I have an important
Yes.
question for you.
Yes.
What would be the ideal dipping sauce to pair with drywall? Manfred wants to know.
I feel like it's counterintuitively milk. Dip it in your milk like you're dipping like a cookie in milk, you know? It's not really a sauce, but I do think that it would like soften the drywall and add a little bit of flavor. That would really help.
Yeah, but then it would be called wet wall.
That would go for any sauce. What sauce wouldn't do that?
Yeah, but I'm just saying.
You're cute.
I needed to say my bad joke, okay? Who am I dating?
Me. You're dating me.
I'm gonna go for... Shut up. I'm gonna go for Nico. You have the wiki. What the fuck
Okay.
are Nico's stats?
I believe Nico wants you to be balanced, but let me double check. Average. Yeah. Average over some number. Nico's a mimic of many faces. They'd love to meet someone who can match their energy getting to character. To do that, you must find balance. All aspects of yourself should be good enough so you can be ready to become anyone.
Okay.
All your stats need to be balanced on average.
Okay.
It says the stat requirement here appears to be that the average of your stats needs to be above a certain number. So theoretically, you could just focus in on one stat, and if it was high enough, but you want to like get all your stats up basically.
Okay. Also, I just want you to be aware that Owletta just said, "Aw, the couple is so cute." That includes you,
How dare?
by the way.
How dare?
You're in front of the hotel, wasting time. A taxi stops right in front of you, because why else would you be standing there doing nothing? You're too embarrassed to tell the driver, so you get in, and he takes you for a ride. Wow, the city is great. Skyscrapers, several neoplasticism museums, suspicious holes in the ground. No wonder they set up the con here. This truly is one of the top cities worldwide. Too bad these aren't locations in the game, so there's no art of them. But you can imagine them in your head and gain +2 creativity in the process. You head back to the hotel rooms to recharge for a bit, but you find Doug and Nico having some sort of guided meditation while Omen naps. Battleship,
Got his
battleship,
shirt off.
battleship, battle... Aw, man, I messed up again. I'll never get it this rate. Wait, hold on. What the fuck just happened? Okay, no, it's still working. My restream thing was suddenly having a weird hiccup. But it does actually appear to still be working.
Okay, that's good.
You ask what the it he's trying to get is, because so far you've got no clue. We're training. You know the game Battleship? I signed up for a tournament later today, but all the competitors are super intense. Was this me or you?
This is you.
Tattoos and
You are everyone in this scene.
tattoos and scars everywhere. Wait, no, you're Omen, aren't you?
Because I'm Omen, Liam, and April. So
Yeah.
you're Doug, Nico.
Yeah, no, I
and-
said you're Omen's in this scene.
Oh, okay.
They said Omen's napping in this room.
Gotcha.
So I feel like she's gonna wake up mad at
She'll
some
probably
point.
wake up, yeah. That sounds correct.
They keep saying really smart sounding things like, yes, I used to favor the Sea Rat opening, but I've been more inclined towards the Tropical Storm Gambit as of late. And they all have really brightly colored hair, not a single disposable background character in sight. Doug was a bit nervous since he doesn't even technically have hair, but I told him not to worry. There's no challenge that can't be overcome with a quick training arc.
Nico, I cannot sleep through your foolishness any longer. Doug doesn't need friendship. He needs tutelage from an expert military commander. Me!
She's very cute with the little sleep mask up on her forehead.
Yeah. And
I think I've said it before, but I love the way that the spikes on her maiden, the Iron Maiden, tear through the blanket to hold it on her shoulders. I love them.
And also, Auletta has said, I'm gonna need you both to stream when I'm doing art because both of you are super entertaining.
Well, thank you, Auletta. There's VODs, I guess, if we're not streaming at the time.
Yay!
Let's head to the port. I will need to inspect your battleship fleet if I am to give you proper naval advice.
There aren't any real battleships involved. We can use these little game pieces, see?
And we wage battle by throwing them at each other with violence?
It's not really a real battle either. We mostly say letters and numbers at each other.
What? Well, that's stupid.
Let's try the meditation again. You were super close to cracking it. Well, I don't know. I need something more if I want to stand a chance. Zabby, do you know any good battleship tactics? Fun fact, there's no law about taking a Zabriel whenever you see one. But to keep the Zabriel from eating the letter J from your keyboard, you have to make sure the Zabriel is feeling comfortable with the habitat. Try giving it a gun if it seems uncomfortable. What the hell is that comment? Excuse me?
Okay, this is ridiculous. Everyone knows you can't give the Zabriel a gun. You give the Mog a gun.
I do already
Give Mog a gun.
No! I already have an emote of Zabriel with a gun. But I don't have an...
That is true.
I don't... But I don't have an...
That is true.
I don't have an... Did I say email? I meant emote. But I do also need an emote of Mog with a gun.
You should get an emote of... You did say
Where's my
emote. You should...
Gang pen.
No. You need an emote of Zabby trying to hold the gun out of Mog's reach. Because people keep telling you to give Mog the gun.
Yes. No, you're right. You're right. Months. There we go. Notepad added. Emotional warfare every time. I don't know. Cheating seems fun. Don't give the creature a gun. Armed with your new technique, Dog goes to the tournament and he's immediately on a roll. It's just one hit after another from him. M-O-G-G is how you spell it. Mog. Excuse me, I can't just... Can I just lean over there for 1 sec? Okay, got it. A6.
What? No, it can't be. You sank my battleship.
Wow, incredible. Such clean hits. Not a single miss. I like this axolotl boy.
This is
Or girl?
such a cute axolotl.
My brain keeps
Axolotl
reading it
person.
as one or the other, so I'm going to say person.
I'm gonna say person, yeah. They feel androgynous.
It's unlike any technique I've ever seen. How does he do it?
Wouldn't they like to know? Doug storms his way through the competition, taking out ships with almost supernatural precision. Another flawless win! You don't think he could be peeking at his opponent's board, could he?
No way! Is such a thing even possible?
Maybe in theory, but it's never been done. It has to be against the rules, right?
Right, but is it?
Doug makes it all the way to the grand finale. You cheer as he peaks like his life depends on it. He lands hit after hit until finally the reigning champion sinks to his knees.
Please, no more. Good game, young champion. But please answer just one question for this dying old man.
Dying? Oh my god, should we call the ambulance, or...
How did you do it? How did you play such a flawless game?
Oh, that's easy. I just peeked at your ships every time.
Of course. What an incredible idea. Elegant in its simplicity. How did we never think of it before?
Doug uses his winnings to take you and the others out for ice cream. Thanks for joining him. You can +2 fun for understanding Battleship's game design and how to properly exploit it. But lose -2 charm. Yes! But as for the future of Battleship, Doug's peeking changed the meta forever. In time, a new legendary player arose and developed a counter, but that's a story for another day.
I'm not paid enough for this.
Okay. So I need charm and fun. So let's go charm. You're walking around the merch hall, sipping a cup of coffee. Suddenly, a deluxe box set edition of One Kick Boy makes you spit out your coffee. I've seen this event before. You, Liam, Doug, and April are browsing cute magical girl figurines when you find some that are suspiciously wonky. These are some of the worst knockoffs I've ever seen. Astral Princess's skirt is red, not pink. Do better.
Liam, don't be so negative. After all, isn't pink just a shade of red? If you squint your eyes, it almost looks official.
Yeah, have some perspective, Liam. Look at the next stand. Those are some bad knockoffs.
Oh wow, those are bad. I don't think any amount of squinting can save them.
Yeah, if this were a contest for which knockoffs were the most knocked off, these would win.
You think those knockoffs are better than mine? I got way better stock than those ugly little shits. Let me bring up the good stuff.
The seller sets out some knockoff figurines that truly push the boundaries of what could be considered merch.
Ha! That the best you got? Check this out.
He brings out some knockoffs that push the boundaries of what could even be considered figurines, or plastic. The first seller sets out a new batch with creepy, off-putting expressions, like they're laughing at God? The next batch of figurines seems to be constantly morph and dissolve. They leak strange oozes. If you listen closely, you can hear their subtle yet unsettling screams.
Stop it, both of you, you're scaring me!
I'm no believer, but I suspect these knockoffs are getting so off they risk defying God and incurring divine wrath. Save us, Floyd! Normally you'd call that an overreaction, but the latest batch of knockoffs are diffracting the waves of reality, so yeah, you should do something. These bastards don't fear God, instill the fear of God in them by performing a tragedy about the gods punishing knockoffs, or conjure the most powerful spell against the knockoff sellers, the cease and desist. So this is probably creativity, because that's performing. But I don't need to be creative. You cast the cease and desist spell. Two businesswomen appear in the puff of smoke. Guess who?
Hello?
What are you doing here, Miss Managers? Do you own the rights to Astral Princess? We represent a shell corporation within the media conglomerate that controls most forms of entertainment, government, and snack foods.
In other words, what don't we own the rights to? I even now have a knife for some reason.
Now listen, you two, you have to stop sending these knockoffs or we'll take you to court. And nobody wants that, right?
You can't sue us. Most of these knockoffs are so bad they aren't even recognizable as Astral Princess.
That is technically true. This one's basically just a blob in a skirt. True, but we've trademarked skirts, so it still belongs to us.
You can't just trademark the concept of skirts!
Oh ho ho! I think you'll find that we can hire enough lawyers to convince a jury that we can.
In the end, the knockoff sellers agree to knock it off.
Gee, that was kind of bleak. I don't think we were on the good guys team in that conversation.
We definitely weren't. We did what we had to do to save the world. Monopolized corporate hellscape is still better than divine wrath over knockoff abominations. Cheer up, Doug. We'll do what I always do when I'm feeling glum about capitalism. Buy a little treat and stop thinking about it.
Ooh, my favorite.
You all treat yourself to ice cream sundaes. You get 2 smarts for lawyering up, but lose 2 creativity.
The fun starts now.
Stupid lawnmower came back.
Oh, come on.
Chat, everyone yell at the lawnmower. I know what I'm doing with this knife you gave me. My lowest is fun. So I think that's just going to be my strategy. Go for whatever stat I have the lowest of. Oh wait, no. Fun is still taken because of reasons. And so is creativity. So all the others are
Yeah,
tied.
you only have so many options.
You go to the main stage to watch a panel on how to make a successful comic. Step 1. Good artist copy, great artist steal. Seems easy enough. There are lots of great comics out there to steal from, like Spider-Man. Write what you know. You know plenty about Spider-Man. The future of your comic looks bright. Step 3. Add a shark. Sharks are cool. Well, shit. You don't know that much about sharks. More research will be needed. Still, maybe there's a Spider Shark comic by Zabby in the future. You gain +2 smarts from all you've learned.
Keys to a successful comic that said something along the lines of make 1 or more characters hot, add a hook, and add a shark. Sharks are cool.
Oh, so add a hot lady using a hook to catch sharks.
No, add a shark using a hook to catch hot ladies.
That feels like an allegory for predators.
You're right. What if it's a hot lady shark using a hook to fight predators?
There you go! Now you made it good! Now, where do I go to get my anime adaptation? That's my question. Afterward, you join Zoe, Omen, and April to see Q&A with one of the top 3D modelers in the video game industry.
Hello everyone, I'm Alice Garcia, and I'm well known for 3D rendering the digestive systems of every character in the Splash Kaboom franchise.
That sounds like a content creator these days.
Yeah. Did she just say digestive systems? Now I know what you're thinking. Alice, how did you manage to create such realistic, fully functioning organs for my favorite video game characters? I was most assuredly not thinking that. Well, there were challenges for sure. I had to study how Splash's turbo mode would affect the shape and properties of his digestive system. These are important questions. No, they're not. Also, since Splash acquires other characters' abilities by eating them, I had to design an unusually large esophagus for him. Of course, that would never work in real life. Your esophagus would never be able to handle eating an entire person. I think I see where this is going.
Manfred suggests a hot lady hook with shark hands.
Ooh, that's also probably a character somewhere. That sounds like it might be a Bobo character. Mine handled it pretty well the other day when I ate a very big pizza, which definitely wasn't a living person.
Vor? Question mark?
Cannibalism? Question mark?
I mean, if it was a living person eaten all at once, that's vor.
Only if it was sexy, I think?
No.
I don't know, I'm not very familiar with vor.
No, I'm correct.
I can see you're eager to learn more about my process, so I'm going to open the floor to questions. For example, is Kirby vor?
Yes. That's the answer
Next
to that
question.
question. Objectively
Next
and
question.
definitively, Kirby is vor.
Next question.
No, I like lingering on that one. It's funny.
Nope. I wish I hadn't asked it. Let's continue.
Pick me! Pick me!
Okay, let's start with you.
I prepared a list of questions about my favorite character, Pearl the Power Princess, if that's okay.
Of course. I spent 60 full working hours modeling Pearl's digestive system, so I'd be happy to answer any questions related to it.
Hard
I think I'll pass my turn to my good friend Zabby. I'm sure she has has a digestion-related question of some sort. You take the challenge. Ask a question about the digestive system that wows the audience and woos your friends. When Splash Kaboom is hurt, he loses all those coins. Does this mean he somehow stores the coins inside of him? And more importantly, which hole do they come out of? This is an important question. I've heard you can read the future by reading the entrails of a sacrificed animal. Can you check my innards to tell me if my job interview next week will go well? I like this one.
Well, when I was working on Splash Kaboom Adventure 4, I decided to take inspiration from real life. So I swallowed several coins and got hit by a car.
Yep.
I didn't learn much, so 3 months later, when I finally got out of the hospital, I looked for inspiration elsewhere. I asked myself, what if the coins weren't literal coins? Yes, the coins are a metaphor. Splash is losing his value as a hero.
Shut up.
Liam, shut up! No, I actually realized metaphor is an insult to the craft, and that my question was dumb. The workings and byproducts of the digestive system are always literal. There's no place for emotions or nuance in the colon, only poop, and maybe coins too. So I swallowed a second stack of coins and got hit by another car, to see if I could gain a new perspective, and this time it worked. Genius.
Wow.
Yeah, you got to admire the work ethic.
So to sum it up, yes, Splash does store the coins inside of him. As to the hole they come out of, now I know, but I will take the answer to the grave. That was a great question. Here, take this.
She winks at you and throws you a golden coin. Everyone stares at you. Are they expecting you to eat the coin?
Hey gang, I got a fun idea. Let's go to the bathrooms and wash our hands 6 or 7 times.
Good idea. You gain +2 fun for learning some deep Splash Kaboom lore, but you lose -2 smarts.
Everyone choose a fictional character. Lapis from Steven Universe.
Bobby Hill.
Lapis Lazuli. A player orders decided based on how much top energy the character has. I think Lapis wins this.
Yeah, no, Bobby Hill.
Hands down.
You picked an answer that was always going to be on top, and I picked an answer that was always going to be on the bottom.
Yeah.
You.
I'd forgotten how good sitting feels.
Okay, so we haven't unlocked anyone new to call.
I don't believe
Correct?
so. We might have.
I don't think we did, because I didn't see a pop-up. So, April. Okay. So these both trigger... We've seen both of these
Yes.
already now.
Visit a museum would be Nightmare Sewer, April.
Yeah. And then April's Suitor is the one where you had to, like, prove... like secretly date her, but prove that you were worth it or something, right?
Yeah, and there's, like, various, other suitors.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm legally supposed to hydrate right now.
Hydrate or dihydrate?
Hydrate or die straight, you idiot! Get it right. This is my world. Stab myself with a pen by accident.
I'm thinking if I want to redo one of those, or just see if I can do some random ones.
Listen to your heart.
My heart says, board game night. And just see what happens. You and April have a great game night.
Oh,
She
so
asks if you can play
this is
Candyland
leisure.
because it reminds her of her childhood and she loves the aesthetic.
It sounds low stakes, so you agree. 2 hours and one flipped table later, you learn just how competitive a game of Candyland with April 1st can be. At least now you know your relationship can survive even the horrors of molasses swap. Aww.
We should get some snacks.
But you and Nico go to a fancy restaurant. Nico dresses as Naruto at the fancy restaurant.
Because you're eating ramen.
Super energizing.
You've always wondered how Nico eats. They technically have 2 mouths, so which one is for food? Turns out the answer to that question is too disturbing to describe. Still, you two manage to have a nice conversation when they're not doing unspeakable things to that ramen. Hooray!
Weird.
Comic
Never
time.
pay me to
Comic time. Comic time.
Before getting into the drawing part of the comic project, you call a couple of your friends. You just realize some of your characters look exactly like them. Happens when you have such cool-looking friends, so you thought it'd be nice to get their approval to use their likeness first. Yeah, that does seem to keep happening. What's the one life mistake that feels true to who you are? Definitely not this. That's not me. That's also not me. This one maybe. This one definitely.
Brainstorming reanimates my brain.
Brainstorming reanimates my brain. You are forced to fight to the death in the Colosseum. You can choose your opponent. Who do you choose? The entire population of Portugal, fighting in the dreaded and groovy conga line formation. Several dinosaurs. You feel like you can take them out for sure. All your X's forming an off-putting X centipede. A horse. Horses are actually quite muscular, but let's be real, this is the most reasonable option here. Several dinosaurs sounds funny. How many marshmallows can I put into my nose? None, because I don't want to do that.
I mean,
I was clicking around on the wiki, and it looks like sitting alone triggers a couple secret endings, potentially.
Oh. I have been rated.
So, maybe we should do that next time. Or one of us, at least. Okay. I still need more
Thank
fun.
you for the raid, Void Cloaker. I appreciate it. I love you.
Wait.
I hope you had...
I do stream. I just wear a cloak, apparently.
Give me one moment here. Thank you for the raid. I am Sabriel Fortuna. I am a silly little streamer. I get your joke.
And I'm her
just got your
girlfriend,
joke.
and I'm Void.
Yeah,
That's my joke.
We're playing silly little games. This is also a person named Void.
Yeah.
If you need to raid and run, that's totally cool. Go ahead. I believe in you. I hope you had a great stream. And yeah, as always, best places to find information on me or are on the Discord or on Blue Sky. The links to both are in my thing. I girl boss. Okay, we're good. But I hope you had a fun stream, Void Cloaker. Mwah.
You attend a workshop at the community zone. A renowned hairstylist is teaching the top 5 anime hairstyles to hide your bald spot. Ugh, why am I having such trouble reading? You thought the Sailor Moon fringe would look good on you, but the Yu-Gi-Oh! Star Shape takes the cake. It needs a metric ton of hair gel, but it really brings out your features. Man, you can't wait to be bald. You gain 2 fun and 1 amazing hairstyle. Later, Liam invites you to a retrospective viewer of an old samurai movie. Time to gain an appreciation for the classics. So some fans of Ikigami the Illiterate Swordsman decided to book a small room in the community zone because only a true classic samurai fan would bother to come.
Hello there.
Hey Liam, I was hoping, I mean assuming that I wouldn't see you here. Hello April, I didn't expect to find you here either. Are you perhaps in the wrong room? Nope, I love the Ikigami movies. I used to watch them a lot with my dad. I would never have expected that from you. What's that supposed to mean? I'm a girl who streams, so I can't like vintage samurai movies? I don't care that you're a streamer or a woman. I patronize everyone equally. Attention, everyone. We're starting the first movie now. We expect the Ikigami the Illiterate Swordsman marathon to last about 8 hours. 8 hours? Oh well, at least it's 8 hours you get to spend with your friends.
Here's an interesting factoid. When they filmed this scene, Ikigami accidentally... Yes, he accidentally sliced his co-star's pinky off. Let's not interrupt the movie with facts everyone already knows, okay? I bet I can lip sync to more of the lines than you. You're on. Damn it! You came here to court Liam and or April, but you can't do that if they're too busy trying to one-up each other. How will you survive this movie retrospective with two of the haughtiest, most competitive people you know? Let's see. Just astral project somewhere else. I think I'm gonna do this one. I've got an idea. Every time someone unsheathes a katana, let's take a shot. That'd be fun if they accidentally served alcohol here, but you pull out the bottles of liquor you stuffed down your pants this morning. Seriously, Void? Do you have to sneak alcohol everywhere we go?
Ives, a 10 is speaking.
How about we take a shot every time Liam's a judgmental prick who will be hammered in an hour? Sorry, brain fart. I meant to say, let's also take a shot every time Fujiwara swears he'll have his revenge. Several fight scenes later, you three have collectively killed a bottle of whiskey and possibly several brain cells. Damn, this Fujiwara guy really wants revenge against Ikigami. I almost feel bad for him. Is he ever gonna get it? Haha, I'll just wait until the third movie. Liam, shh, spoilers! Right, sorry. April, why'd you take a shot? Did I miss your revenge? Oh, I just saw the look in Fujiwara's eyes. He's really yearning for that revenge. Really? I thought those were fuck me eyes for sure. Could be both. The line between vengeance and horniness is thin.
Unlike April.
Don't threaten me with a good time. Don't threaten me with a good time. You end up enjoying the hell out of the marathon, though you might like to revisit these movies when you're sober enough to actually follow the plot. You gain 2 fun playing drinking games, but lose 2 smarts.
That seems
From drinking so much
accurate.
alcohol. Yeah,
You stole my fun.
I'm sorry. I also need fun.
You sit down to watch a panel on how to break the ice and make friends at cons. Panelists admit they have no idea. They hoped hosting a panel would force them into being more social. What an honest fella. During the Q&A, a group asked the panelists if they want to join them for some dinner and drinks. It did work. You earn +2 smarts for learning this cool trick to break ice. Next year, you may host a panel yourself. You, Omen, and Liam meet Nico at the main stage because they apparently have cookies for you all. Yum! Hey, so how mad would you all be if I read in a normal way what's happening in my brain? One moment. Hey, so how mad would you all be if I told you I don't have cookies and I actually asked you to come here because I signed us up to compete in a game show? First try. What? I didn't fuck up a
Quite
take
mad,
and then
so-
start screaming.
Quite mad, considering I aborted an excellent nap to be here on short notice. This is a hypothetical question, right?
It's them! We finally
Welcome
see them!
to Suddenly Game Show! Tag Team Trivia! I'm your host, and still single for those who are wondering, the Interdimensional Prince!
We better get
My name's Markiplier!
his phone number.
I hope not.
We need it!
Do we though?
Yes!
Damn it, Nico, you're lucky I can't stab you on live TV. Nico, for your safety, I think you should be on my team.
Yeah, let's do this!
Your category is A Future in Jeopardy. What will be the capital of the Republic of Florida 100 years from now? A trick question. Florida isn't a republic.
But it might be in 100 years. I think the answer is Constantinople.
Correct! Constantinople will be due for a comeback in a century.
What?
Nailed it!
But now our second team has a chance to steal your points. I'd rather steal Nico's liver if it's all the same to you, Prince. I guess that's fine. No, wait, my lawyers are shouting into my earpiece that we can't do that. Bummer! However, since you have to go second, I'll give you an advantage by letting you choose your category. What will it be?
Historical quote or very bad sexting line. The big prize bonus question, will you marry me?
Those both sound very funny.
They do.
Oh, great. This whole thing is another ruse to trick people into marrying you, isn't it, Prince?
Yes, I mean I can neither confirm nor deny.
This is a regular thing with this man? And people say I'm evil.
So, what'll it be? Will you submit to my convoluted game show ruse and become my better half?
Is the answer to this one Constantinople too? You're stuck between a rock and a hard place. Yes is surely correct. But while there are many people at the con you may want to marry, the prince isn't one of them. I'm gonna go with no.
How tragic. But you are correct, Zabby.
Really?
Yes, I've been studying consent lately, and I've learned that just because I've tricked someone into marrying me doesn't mean that they have to agree to it. So no is a fine answer.
He's learning!
He's learning.
Well, that's true. Good job, buddy.
But are we seriously congratulating him for figuring this out now?
Apparently so, because confetti rains down, and a banner that says Character Development Big Prize unfurls. Yippee! You gain +2 charm for picking a spicy category, but lose -2 smarts.
You mean I can do what
Your
I
turn.
want?
My shift. Turn.
In the middle of your turn. Your turn.
My turn. In the middle of my turn. You suddenly realize your phone is dead. Good thing you're at the merch hall. You find a stand where someone's selling chargers. You want to buy one, but you feel bad about buying something so not nerdy. The vendor sighs and draws an ubu face on the charger. Sold! You gain 2 charm for your kawaii phone charger. You're at the merch hall trying to find something to waste your savings on. Then you see just the right place for it. A stand full of blind box toys.
Ooh, they've got the collection of old men magically transforming into furniture pieces. I'm only missing the coffee table with the triple bypass.
Why would you want an old-faced piece of furniture?
Oh yeah, and this is the new April costume that we unlocked last time.
It looks pretty cute. I have to...
Yeah, I like her big poofy shorts. Because it looks so silly. Look at my fridge with a hairy eyebrow.
I like her... I like her ruffled corset.
Yeah.
Maybe we just have different definitions of silliness. But what I know about that, I'm just a clown.
Honk.
Hey, honk. April, my good friend, I think you're missing out on the cool nuances of this cool
What
hobby.
does it mean?
I get that you're overpaying for boxes filled with weird stuff. I'm skeptical that there's any nuance to it. Plan proposal. You pay me $15 a piece, and I take you to a landfill so you can open lots of boxes full of weird stuff.
Going to a landfill doesn't sound super fun, but I like doing activities with my friends. Wait, that was sarcasm, wasn't it?
Yes, Doug, it was. You gotta solve this. You can't stand a friend not understanding the hobby of another friend, even if that's statistically bound to happen. Maybe April just isn't into furniture with old people's faces. Pick a collection that'll make her realize how cool blind boxes are. Cute animals overwhelmed by the many responsibilities of adulthood. That does sound like it might be relatable to her. And characters from famous paintings, but really buff. That does sound like something she would find funny.
No, that sounds like
This
something
sounds-
she would not find funny. She would find something else, because we know things about her.
Oh, right. I'm
She
gonna go with
likes
this one.
buff people.
That sounds slightly less creepy. Which one should I buy? That's true. She likes buff people, so she wouldn't find it funny, but she would be interested.
Yes.
Oh, that's not up to you. You just pick a blind box and see which one you get. Wait, so I don't even get to choose?
No, the mystery is what makes it so magical.
Well, Doug, to be exact, it's more of a marketing ploy. The deliberate scarcity of certain items turns into a challenge, which engenders a vicious cycle of overbuying. It's about gambling.
Can't it be both, William? I agree with Doug. It can be both. And it is. As a card game enthusiast, it's both.
Ask your bank account.
Point taken. Let's see what one April got.
I got Duck filing for divorce.
That seems like a Droppy
Wow.
character.
This is depressing.
Does that
It
not
does
seem
seem
like
like a
something
Droppy.
Droppy would make?
Something, something. This is your knife wife.
Yeah, this is my wife, knife. It kills your wife. What? That's the song.
You're so cute.
Well, at least we tried. I'll take this one if you don't want it.
No! Don't you see this little duck's sad face? I can't abandon it! I got you, little pal. I'll always protect you from the hardships of this merciless world. Maybe I should buy another one. This one needs a friend, right?
Oh, Liam, it's starting.
It's hard to tell if we're good friends or terrible people for dragging April into this. Never mind that. Just buy more blind boxes so you don't have to think too much.
Exactly.
About it. You gain 2 smarts for
narrator
choosing the
gets it.
hardships of adulthood, but you lose 2 creativity.
Yay!
Me.
The vendor hall has a definite theme of things suck, distract yourself with capitalism. It's not good for you, but it's the only way to survive.
You're chilling with your hotel room, and you decide to browse the room service list. Wow, they have all sorts of kinds. 6-pack beer, lots of shoelaces, even the very concept of creativity. That last one's expensive, but since money isn't a stat anymore, it'd be a net gain stat-wise. Shortly after, someone brings your +2 creativity and several shoelaces. Imagine you can do with all this. Afterwards, you and your friends are in the hotel room debating on the least sexual way to eat a banana, when an alarm on April's phone goes off.
I've got a thing, so...
Sideways is the answer, by the way.
No, you just unpeel it and just...
No, you unpeel it, and then you eat it from the middle out to both ends. Like a corn on the cob.
No, you just inhale it.
That's sexual!
No, it's not! Breathing
It
isn't,
is!
Breathing isn't sexual!
It is when you're inhaling something long and tubular.
No, you're making it weird. Breathing is normal. Oh,
Oops, sorry, I gotta cut this short. I need to do a quick stream to keep up follower engagement. Ah yes, stimulating one's followers is an important part of being an overlord, lest they get ideas for a revolt. May we stay to watch your technique? Sure, I suppose. Just sit over there and try not to be distracting.
Welcome to my stream!
Hello, my silly geese. I missed you all, so I thought I'd do a short stream before I head back to SpookyCon. Let's check the chat. Thanks for subscribing, Cupcake Kitty Cat. Welcome to April's Fools. Honk honk.
Hey, April! Hey! :DDD.
You call this controlling your underlings? Ridiculous. You should be using fire. So who wants to watch me brush my hair?
April, why you no respond? Symbols.
Crying. I go get to the tiny device.
April! DX.
What can I do for you, Ni Cosplay OO?
I miss you. :3.
I miss you too, person I've never met before. What are you talking about? That is Nick, and this is your friend Omen. Remember, we killed the bellhop together last night?
Is this doxing? Yep,
think
this
so.
is doxing. Nico, thank you for answering my question. Yeah, we're besties. Watch, I'll post your exact location to prove it.
Don't you fucking dare!
Anyway,
Well, looks like we've got trolls in the chat. My mod Zabby will take care of it, right, Zabby?
You understand this is thinly veiled plea to shut up Omen and Nico, but how? Shut up! Words are hard. Take one for the team and tell Nico and Omen you urgently need them to rethink your brand. Distract Omen and Nico with something flashy, like using a flare gun in an indoor space.
That would be pretty flashy.
Yeah. Good thing you packed a flare gun in case of an emergency like this. But where should you point it? The shower has flammable curtains. If you shoot the door, you'll risk something opening up right as you shoot. You decide to solve this the logical way by covering yourself in a sheet and spinning around so you don't know where you're shooting. Blind and dizzy, you shoot the flare and hear glass breaking.
Whoa, Nico, look what's on TV.
Yo, is this a new channel? It's so lifelike. It's like the smoke is really coming out of the stream.
Technology has come so far. I'm done. Thanks for distracting these two from. Why is the room on fire? What the honk is happening?
It's a new show. Want to watch with us? My favorite character so far is the sparking electrical wire. Later, you're all standing outside the hotel room while the firefighters put out the fire.
You're the best.
Well, at least I got to do my stream with no more interruptions, which is kind of worth almost dying. Thanks, Zabby. You mean the smoke show was all Zabby? That is impressive.
Dang right, you should work on TV. One thing's for sure, you should never touch a firearm again, but at least everyone's happy. You get +2 fun and -2 charm. Shopping time. Welcome back, Dollface.
So, I looked it up. Apparently, the hot Tengu lady is not someone you can call. She might get added later because they are planning to add more people you can call.
Okay.
But she is not currently someone you can call. However, the shopkeeper here is. You can call him.
I figured. They're foxy.
Yeah.
It's you.
Oh, right.
You know the drill. Choose blindly and choose wisely.
I'm gonna try stats with other people. For me. No fun, Freddy. You lose a bit of all your stats. Oh no! That's just bad. There's no upside to that.
Welcome back, Dollface. You know the drill. Choose blindly and choose wisely. There were some of those in the drinks, too. Libra, head of client relations. Average all your stats. Perfect! That's exactly the sort of thing I was hoping for.
That is exactly what you want, yeah.
Hey, look, 12! Always
Nice.
a pleasure to take your money. Come back soon. Yeah, I was stuck in a situation where fun was my lowest stat, and you kept taking the fun, so it was hard to get myself properly
sorry.
average. But now, I'm not in that situation anymore. Although now I'm probably about to be in that situation again.
Time for a brainstorm.
Another day, another morning to devote to the comic you're working on. Time to brainstorm. You were promised $1 million if you can endure one of these 4 excruciating activities. Are you willing to punch a bear and see what happens next? Brush the hair of your worst nightmare? Edit the script of your own death? Exercise temperance by playing 1,000 matches of an online video game with voice chat. Punch a bear!
This feels like work, but fun.
You're having the best blind date ever, yet you're about to leave early. Why would you do such a thing? You gotta get back to your research as you think you're close to winning the Nobel Prize. You aren't. Your date smells bad. This date might be blind, but it surely isn't smell blind. You want to achieve a new speedrun record for blind dates, or you're waiting for an origami book to be delivered and you gotta be home for sign for it. You could be the next origami Michael Jordan. This one sounds funny. And indeed, it was fun.
Yes, boss. I mean, let's go.
Okay. I gave you extra fun, so I think so I don't feel bad about continuing to go for fun.
You're cute.
There's an auction going on at the community zone. They're auctioning the original notebook from Death Note, starting at 100 monster dollars. You could kill so many people with that notebook. You yelled 200 monster dollars. Everyone in this con is broke as fuck, so you get the notebook. To make sure no one steals it, you decide to write your name in it. Oh shit, you're gonna die! 40 seconds later, nothing happens. Death Note isn't real, dum-dum. You still had too fun by playing pretend Death Note. Later, you sit down to play Wizards and Wyverns with Liam, Omen, April, and Nico.
Good day to you.
Good, everyone's here. Thank you all for agreeing to be part of my campaign. Prepare to enter my fantasy realm of Lestradia, which could be the setting of my future novel if this all goes well, but no pressure. I'll set the scene. You're in a tavern looking for information on a warlock that you've heard is trying to cast a curse on this realm. What do you do?
Just for that.
I think my cunning wizard, Wizzo Cunningham, would cunningly scan the tavern for any shady characters. I rolled a 15 on my perception check.
Wizzo spots some shady hooded figures playing dominoes in the corner of the room. They look suspicious, almost as if they know something about...
Ooh, Wizzo loves dominoes, and so do I. I joined their game.
Okay, are you going to talk to them too? As I was saying...
How silly!
Did you say dominoes? Sorry, I had to check my phone so I wasn't paying attention, but I love dominoes. As do I! I will destroy you all at this game within a game! Liam, what number must my math rock roll so that I may lay the most intimidating domino? This is exactly how D&D goes.
No, this is correct.
Hell if I know. W&W doesn't have any rules on how to play dominoes in a campaign.
Which means we can homebrew it ourselves. I think this is why I love our TTRPGs. The only limit is your imagination.
Your friends spend the next hour playing dominoes in a W&W campaign. Liam's allowing it, but you can tell he's about to tear his man bun out. Poor guy. Maybe you should do something to get everyone refocused on his campaign. Yeah, no, this is Domino roguelike now.
I
Now
like
what?
the first
Fine.
one also.
Suddenly, a group of bandits rush into the tavern with swords and dominoes drawn. Roll initiative. Yeah, no, I like that too, but this sounds much funnier. Yes, I was waiting for this to get messy. I wield my strongest domino piece. Later, the bugbear lays down a double blank domino tile, effectively sealing off that path. Wizzo, you lose 10 health and fall unconscious. No! You must survive, Wizzo! I command it!
It's too late. I shall not pass this death save. You must succeed. Get it? He said, I shall not pass. They said, I shall not pass.
Yeah.
You must succeed where this old wizard could not. Farewell.
We'll try, Wizzo. We'll lay our tiles like our lives depend on it. If only the Reaper would take me instead. I'm not made for high-stakes dominoes. Even later,
Gag upon your
a natural 20. I lay my final tile. Gag upon your bitter failure, Warlock. Omen wins the domino boss fight. The Warlock has no choice but to dispel his curse on these lands. Good job, everyone.
That was cool.
That was fun. I've never been so invested in something I wasn't being paid to promote before. I'm glad you enjoyed the game. The dominoes thing was annoying at first, but I'm happy you all pushed me in a bold new creative direction. I demand that we play another! This time we shall theme the quest around categories. You have a great time playing games with your friends. You also gain 2 creativity for helping design a campaign around such an innovative concept. You also lose 2 fun though. Good luck. Tough luck. Damn it! I needed that.
Starts now.
No, fun is eating the pieces.
I guess it must have been. I assumed it would be boldness.
I
for
could
some
have
reason.
told you fun was eating the pieces in that equation.
I guess I should have asked.
Creativity and charm. At the stands, you find a fanzine vendor. You ask her, what are her zines about? They're about you, she replies. You open one of her fanzines and it's full of badly cropped pictures of you. You feel you should be disturbed, but you also feel flattered. You buy a copy. Dang, some of these pics you haven't even seen before. You're bowled over by her +2 charm. I also love this shirt. Let me tell you about birds.
That someone should make that shirt for Brendan Lee Mulligan.
And me. You're searching for some place to buy a gently used body pillow when you find Omen and Doug and Nico gathered around a strange camel-patterned booth.
Wow.
Wow, Nico, did you see this poster? It says this anime has almost 500,000 fans worldwide. I can't even count that high. I'll bet none of them are better fans than me. Fans of, what's this fandom called again?
This fandom
This
is
fandom is
no,
called
I got
Army.
it. I got it.
Okay.
this fandom is called Army, and it's so good it'll kill every other fandom and take their stuff.
I distrust your grand pronouncements. What makes this fandom so powerful?
Let me put it this way. Every year we get more funding in healthcare, education, and public transit combined. Clearly, everyone must love us. It's not like we've got such a monopoly on force that the government itself is scared of upsetting us. It's all love.
Wow, I love public transit. People leave so much cool stuff behind on their seats. If this is better than that, I'm in.
Now you're talking.
And I love uniforms. Iconic. I'm already worried on my army Sona. Working.
My friends, this is obviously a cynical recruitment attempt by a thinly disguised military superpower. The real question is this. Do we get our own guns?
Oh, baby, you'll get so many guns you can use them instead of clothes.
Oh no, as much as you love to imagine your friends dressed in full gun corps, you won't be able to smooch any of them if they all die in a war. But how will you convince them to not join? Tell your friends that the army is lame, all the cool people are joining the Space Force. Show your friends how the army stifles creative expression by asking whether you can customize your weapons and uniforms. Easy.
Customize your what? No!
What? You mean we can't even buy custom skins?
Damn, I knew we shouldn't have spent all that money on funding first-person shooters. It creates unrealistic expectations. I mean, you can totally customize your weapons in ways that improve ergonomics or efficiency. Cool, right?
Great! I want to hang my collection of waifu charms from my automatic rifle. Would you say that improves my ergonomics? Or is it more of an efficiency thing?
Neither?
You can't stop my friend from living his truth. Next you'll tell me that I'm not allowed to cosplay as a sensitive cat boy who joined the army to make friends.
I can see I'm not getting through to you two. But what about you, malevolent dictator? Surely you understand the importance of matching uniforms.
What? Oh, I never planned on joining your army, Worm. I only wanted to distract you while I stole all these guns. Now I will be unstoppable!
No, my guns! Who would have thought that bringing military weaponry to a convention could have had such dire consequences? Everybody run!
Thankfully, it turns out Omen has never fired a gun before, and keeps trying to use them like swords instead. You gain +2 creativity for advocating self-expression, but lose -2 smarts from all the blows to the head.
Break's over.
Why Omen hit me with a gun? That's not where I saw that option going.
Yeah.
I like you.
Okay, I need charm and fun, but both of those have been taken already. I guess I'll short
One
my
of them by
creativity.
you. Aw, cute!
Yeah. You're outside the con when you see a bunch of sleepy-looking people sitting down. Hey, welcome to the smoker...
Hey, welcome to the Smoker's Lounge.
One of them says to you.
There's no Smoker's Lounge, so we decided to make one out here. Want a puff?
He asks. You've seen too many PSAs to say yes to drugs, but you strike up a conversation with them while they get high off their asses. They have interesting opinions on snacks, ASMR videos, and 2001: A Space Odyssey. Listening to them and inhaling their weed fumes gives you 2 creativity.
Weed booms.
Shut up. Fumes. Later, Nico asks to stop at the hotel for an ambitious cosplay change. You, Liam, and April agreed to go back with them and help them get dressed. Where does this belt go?
That's the belt that holds the sheath for my black dagger, not to be confused with my grave dagger, my blacker dagger, or the sheath I keep my phone in.
What about this belt?
That's the thigh belt that holds the 2 shin belts in place. Never leave home without it.
Why does this character need shin belts? Do they serve any practical purpose?
They serve a great purpose. They make me look really cool.
To each their own. If wearing an impractical amount of belts makes you feel confident, go for it, Queen. Fair enough. Okay, I've got one last belt here. Where does it go?
That one's... I don't remember where that one goes, actually.
Maybe it just goes in the trash.
No, every belt is necessary to give depth to this character. Everyone knows that JRPG protagonist power is directly proportional to the amount of belts they're wearing.
Void, do you know where to put this belt? This is a special extra belt for punishing hot people who've been naughty. Wink!
Ah, of course, a good hero always has extra weapons on hand. I'm not too sure how to fight with the belt, though. Is it like a whip?
Well, you don't want to do it too harshly, okay? It's more of a spank.
I can't picture it. Can you show me, Liam? He's blushing.
Well, if no one else wants to be part of the demonstration, I guess I have to take one for the team and volunteer. What? Come on, Liam, just do it. How else is Nico supposed to learn? April lays bum up on the bed and Liam timidly spanks her with the belt. Remember, Nico, you don't want to hit too hard. This is still cosplay after all. No, harder!
I gotta say, it looks kind of sexual. But lots of JRPG characters have gratuitously sexual designs, so I guess that's the idea?
Maybe Liam should demonstrate again, just to make sure you got it. Just goes to show that any conversation can be improved with a sexy visual aid. You gain 2 charm, but lose 2 smarts.
So many places to go.
Speaking of smarts, that is currently my lowest stat. You decide to attend a panel on the merits of soft versus hard magic systems in Magical Girl Fiction. After getting a required dick jokes out of the way, you actually learn a lot of valuable info about world-building mechanics. You gain plus 2 smarts from all that knowledge and from learning so many new dick jokes. Afterwards, you meet up with Liam, Omen, and Nico to attend a marathon. We're getting a lot of Liam and Omen paired together, huh?
We are. I mean, they do... I think, if I remember correctly,
Oh,
Liam
yeah,
is,
no,
like,
that
supposed to
does
be
make
watching over
sense.
her. I think he's like her parole
Yeah.
officer or something.
It does make sense that they would have a lot of scenes together, now that I think about it for literally 18 seconds. To attend... Afterwards, you meet up with Liam, Omen, and Nico to attend a marathon viewing of the greatest shonen of all time, Garuto Academy and is Dragon Ball Z.
Oh, yeah. Liam got Omen into the Redemption Arc program.
Yes.
He's her sponsor and therefore responsible her.
Mm.
And until she gets a place of her own, she lives with Liam. They were roommates.
And they were roommates. Are you all ready for the best day of our lives? We've got 5 hours and 26 minutes of pure shonen bliss ahead of us.
Oh, Liam used to be evil and was her, like, she looked up to him as, like, her evil idol or something. I didn't realize that. This is stupid. Why would I be excited about watching a dumb kid's cartoon?
Some badass fight scenes later.
Kick his ass, Garuto! You cannot lose now! I've developed a deep parasocial attachment to you! Don't worry, Garuto will win. I'm sure a cheesy flashback will give him the strength to pull through. Egads, you were right, Liam. How do you do that? I just know how anime goes. Watch, now Garuto's old sensei will randomly turn up and lead him in a dramatic training montage.
Right again! Are you some kind of anime psychic?
No, I simply understand the basic concept of tropes. Work your psychic magic on me, Liam! What are the winning lottery numbers? I don't know.
No, Omen, Liam's an anime psychic. He can't foresee regular old life events, just anime ones.
I see. Okay, Liam, suppose my life was an anime. Would the protagonist win the lottery? If so, what would the winning numbers be?
Please stop.
I am not a psychic, anime or otherwise.
Don't be so modest, buddy. We won't tell anyone that you're an anime psychic if you can't handle the fame. Liam's clearly annoyed and wants the attention removed from him, which is great, because you want the attention on you. Divert attention from Liam by convincing everyone that Garuto will only win this tournament if y'all send him the energy by screaming very loud. That does sound funny. Wow everyone by making your own prediction. The true threat isn't the big buff enemy, it's the short quiet one with the overcrowded design. That's also always true.
Hmm.
That can't be right.
What? No, the big guy's all sweat, muscles, and sweet, sweet violence.
The other character is a mere toothpick and so quiet. He could never be the real threat.
You eventually watch Garuto defeat the big guy, and then the short guy kills the big guy.
What? He killed his own ally? You really thought you won, Garuto? All you've done is prolong your own demise. I'll kill you using the ancient techniques of my ancestors. And with this gun I found.
Wow, Zabby, you totally called it. Are you an anime psychic too?
Neither of us are anime psychics. That isn't a thing.
Liam's right. I'm actually an anime detective.
Oh god.
I use context clues to deduce the twist before it happened. Notice the short guy's badass eyebrow scar, hinting at a troubled badass past? And also, during Garuto's training montage, you can see the short guy finding a gun in the bush in the background.
Incredible! You are a veritable anime Sherlock Holmes! Woo!
3 cheers for Zabby, anime detective!
If I say hip hip hooray, will you all quiet down?
Finally, some praise for your amazing pattern recognition skills. You gain +2 smarts, but lose -2 charm. Everybody say a fictional character. Say your choice out loud to the other players before advancing.
Yugi Moto. He's on the mind for some reason.
My brain... You say Fudo, the main character of Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds.
Okay, we're both in Yu-Gi-Oh! World. Advance.
Player order is decided based on...
Okay, you're gonna have to
survival.
answer this one.
If you had to undergo open chest surgery and the other character happens to be the surgeon. That's correct. What?
I'm exhausted.
Yusei is a mechanic. He's bad at people. Yusei has a job, unlike other protagonists.
You're so cute. Which of these have I seen before? Here. Oh, I love having the channel. I mean, what's not to love about broadcasting a sizable chunk of your life for everyone to see? Oh, right. Is that a bit of sarcasm that I hear?
That's still you.
No, it's actually irony. Different stuff. Fun fact, did you know sarcasm comes from the idea of tearing flesh like a dog? But I was just kidding. Personal and public spheres colliding violently is a professional hazard for influencers. So it's common practice to create a bit of a persona so you feel you're not giving that much of yourself up.
Makes sense.
What's something you can tell me in confidence that is not out there for the audience?
Oh.
Well, for starters, my name, right? Some fans actually believe first is my last name. Wait, it isn't?
You silly goose.
Of course it isn't, you silly goose. It's just a funny pun to make my brand easier to remember. Hey, April's for real. Why would I change my full name to evade the authorities? You're hilarious, Void. Anyhow, another thing that's not so well known is that besides rhythm games, I love competitive stuff, from shooters to fighting games. Anything that allows me to kick your ass,
Really?
basically. Huh, really? But you tend to play cozy games in your streams. Well, yeah, it's just that I get really competitive, and my company says it's not on brand. It can get very nasty very fast, as I'm bad at controlling myself once I'm out for blood. And Mama don't want our account to get suspended, honk! I still play that stuff, just on my secondary account, and never on my channel. Oh, would you play with me sometime? Sure, I just hope you have a high distance of humiliation, honey. So you spend the rest of your night playing some competitive games. April does, in fact, sweep the floor with you. It's kind of sexy.
I'm undead tired.
Me. Anime.
Now you're talking.
I love anime! I know, but tell me what you like about it. What's not to like about it? The heights of epicness and emotion are unparalleled, Zabby. Characters that are top... What?
Kakoi?
I don't know. Fight sequences brimming with sakuga, plot twists that make you go all nani. Stop speaking partial Japanese, you idiot. It's so good that makes you go bilingual, huh? Basically,
They're a weeaboo.
anime has this ability to glue your eyes to the screen, you know? Sure, most of it isn't Shakespeare, full of complex nuance. Well, wait, first of all, Shakespeare is a tad overhyped. Second, there's lots of anime that are full of deep characters, nuanced dialogues, and complex plots. True, but that's not the anime I love. I like the ones with easy-to-get values and catchy catchphrases, the ones that keep it simple.
Yeah, I think
Liam had me watching all the more nuanced ones, and it just didn't do it for me. It didn't have that kick that I love so much. Hey, at least you opened yourself to try. I did. I get the message and the stuff, but what I watch isn't that deep, but that's what I like about it.
Friendship is magic.
I like to watch stories from worlds where it all boils down to good always triumphs, or nothing beats the power of friendship. It lightens my heart in a way that just feels good. No, I totally get it. Everyone looks for something different in the stuff they watch. And you know what? I'd love for you to show me the most epic anime you've watched lately.
Woo!
Let's go! You two binge-watched 10 episodes of a high-octane shonen. It's true it won't win an Academy Award for the script, but who cares? You're both roaring at the screen. One more day. One more day. One more day.
Come up with stuff at work.
More comic time! All of a sudden it's time for the last brainstorming session for your comic. Where did the time go? Let's see. The muse is whispering in your ear, telling her you forbidden secrets that are now within your reach. What do you wish for her to whisper? Math problem that has yet to be solved, the Erdos Faber-Lovász conjecture. A previously unheard of 8th deadly sin that's deadlier than the other 7 combined. The winning lottery numbers. Or inspiration to write the much-needed sequel to Cars 3.
That's the name of the 8th sin, by the way. Schmorndienst. I'm just
Do you think this is boldness or what?
I don't know.
I think it's funny is what it is. It is boldness.
Brainstorming reanimates my brain.
It's taken you many years, but you finally decided what you want tattooed in your chest. In your chest?
Yeah, that's what that says. That's probably a typo.
Yeah, that feels like it has to be a typo. Although it's this game, so it's hard to say.
I think it's a typo because otherwise it would like
contextually it seems
somehow.
Really weird. A kick-ass tiger representing all things badass. Paul Erdwa. Erdnant. I don't know. Infant terrible of mathematics. Author of many unsolved math conjecture. A butterfly that for once doesn't adhere to beauty standards. The hottest people you know meshed into one superior life form. Sure.
Yes, boss. I mean, let's go.
You get 2 more turns.
I need the fun. You decide to attend a round table on round tables. What a fascinating subject. I've seen that one before. Sometime later, you and April are chilling in the hotel watching the original Godzilla movie together. I love this part. Don't tell anyone, but I had a huge crush on that kaiju when I was a kid. You reach for your drink at the same time April leans forward, resulting in your hand brushing against her thigh. Ah, sorry, that's so embarrassing. Don't apologize. I think your balloon mascots are endearing, actually. And mean and a bit terrifying, but sure, endearing is the adjective you're going with. I think we've seen this event before.
Maybe.
Aw, thanks. If I had to pick these mascots, I'm glad my agency let me pick balloon animals. They're very important to clown culture, you know. Maybe I could show you how to make one. Yeah, we've seen this. Yeah, I'd love that. April gets a balloon and positions herself behind you, guiding your hands through the motions. You want to blow in enough air to inflate it, but not so much that you pop it immediately. Got it. Edge the balloon.
You're such a silly goose.
Now what do you say we make this balloon doggy style? Twisted here to make the snout, and here to make the legs. No, over here, you're so close. Yes, yes, yes! Oh, you did it! That's clearly what it was supposed to be referencing.
You're cute.
Thanks. Do you want to keep it? Sure. You know, exchanging balloon animals was a form of clown courtship back in the day. Well, in that case, where's my balloon animal? Oh my, Mother would kill me if she knew I was exchanging balloon animals out of wedlock. But yeah, I'll make you one. What do you want it to be? A balloon shape that encapsulates all of April's hopefully horny feelings about you, or boobs but balloon. We've seen both of these. Let me think. Should I make a... No, what about... Ooh, got it! April grabs a new balloon and blows it up. You wait for her to make some sort of shape, but she just hands it to you. Here you go. What do you think? You were expecting her to make something more complicated than a single oblong balloon. Maybe she doesn't actually like you all that much? It's nice. Is it a worm?
Oh.
No, it's an erection. I thought it'd be funny. Oh, I see. So this is like your balloon boner for me? You and April share some intense eye contact as you fondle her plastic erection. You run a finger along the shaft. April's eyes are glued to your finger. Is she sweating? When you get to the end of the balloon boner, you accidentally prick it with your fingernail and pop it. Damn it! Sorry, I didn't mean to do that. No, it's totally fine anyway, sorry, but I gotta go to the bathroom right now. Did you just give April a balloongasm? That's worth at least 2 charm. You also lose 2 fun.
A new day, a
Damn
new
it!
adventure.
You're good at losing fun today.
I really am. I mean, that event was never going to be an issue, I guess, but...
You're in the hotel room, sewing your cosplay together. Sewing your cosplay costume when you mistakenly sew it to the bed's blanket. Let's do creativity. Later, you're sharing a meal with Nico at the nearby restaurant. What could be more romantic than a candlelit meal for 2? Ah, this mana-filled margarita titillates my magical palate. My spell slot's fully replenished. Well, maybe it would be more romantic if they weren't cosplaying right now, but hey, Nico wouldn't be Nico if they weren't wearing cosplay. Fuck, sorry, I got distracted by the thought of Nico not wearing a cosplay or anything else. So, Zabby, where shall our adventure take us next? Perhaps to the tailor? I'm overdue for a new robe. Maybe, but I was wondering if we could do something more intimate? Oh, I see what you mean. You want to stop backstories. Mine is long, since wizardry is older than time itself. We'll start in the beginning, when my mother and father first felt their lusty urge toward... No, I don't want to hear about your parents' lusty urges. Ah, right. I'm so sorry. How about we do something totally unsexy to get it off your mind?
Oh, I got a spell just
I
for
know.
that.
Let's take the wizard's vow of celibacy to strengthen our magical bonds. Alakazam, celibacy rocks. Abracadont. Oops. No, you do want to see Nico's cock, or pussy, or third tongue, or whatever they've got going on down there. Getting them to break characters out of the question. But surely wizards do sexy things too. How can you bring this encounter to the next level? Wizard challenge. Can they use their magic staff to make your clothes disappear? Play White Wizard, the fantasy version of playing Doctor. Nico will use their magic to tend to your wounds. Wink. This seems funny.
Now you're talking.
A wizard challenge? I accept! Nico leads you back to their hotel room. You silently thank yourself for saving your last good pair of underwear for today. Behold, the place where I cast my most enchanting spells. Lay on the summoning circle and we'll see what my magic staff can make rise. Nico uses their staff to remove your clothes. You surrender yourself to the moment, listening to them recite their weirdly sexual rhymes? Weirdly sexual rhymes? Ta-da! For my next trick, I'll cast a spell on myself, too. Yes, please. Bam! Well, you look very nice, but I've also seen you like this plenty of times. True, and I feel less wizardy without my costume. I'm sure you're still packing some magic. Why don't you show me your fireballs, Wink? Oh, right. Nico reaches into their chest and pulls a handful of cloth balls soaked in gas. I completely forgot I made this prop. Check it out. Nico lights the fireballs aflame. They're very flammable. Things are heating up in here. By which I mean the room caught fire and they had to evacuate the entire hotel. I'm starting to think that the fireball stunt isn't safe enough to work. Yeah, I was kind of, talking about your actual balls. Wait, you meant... Oh, sorry for the misunderstanding. I'll get it right next time. Loving that there's next time, you gain +2 smarts for using the wizard challenge, but lose -2 fun.
Break's over.
One more turn. One more turn.
One more turn!
I want to eat a whole bus stop.
You're cute.
No!
You grab a seat at the main stage where a panelist talks about making interesting player characters. Apparently they should be color coordinated, have a distinct personality, and also a cool name like Kratos, Luigi, or Void. You learn you'd make an awesome PC, and that self-knowledge equals 2 smarts. Later you meet up with April to get ice cream. You're laughing and chatting over sundaes.
Silly goose.
You have ice cream on your face. Here, I'll get it. April grabs a napkin and wipes your face. She finds a stubborn spot on your forehead and starts rubbing ferociously. Oh no, I'm being sniped.
Oh no, oh no, oh no.
We've seen this before, too.
We've seen this
Oh,
multiple
fuck.
times.
Suddenly, April tackles you to the floor. It's pretty hot. It's less hot when a speeding bullet explodes the head of the person behind you, showering you both in blood. I'm so sorry. I think you've been on too many of my moment-gram stories or something. That's not great, because my agency contractually obligates me to act single in public. The more immediate danger is that some of my fans are kind of wild, and they'll try to kill you if they think we're dating. So that was a fan of yours who shot me? Yeah, I think so. Fame, huh? Sure makes life exciting. You'd be more concerned if you weren't stuck on the fact that you'd gotten so close to April that people think you're dating. Nice! Still, you can't be her partner if you get sniped. You'd better think of a way to protect yourself. And we have in fact seen both of these options. Do you remember which is which stats?
No. You think I would remember things?
Sometimes?
I've never remembered
Okay.
anything in my whole life.
Good idea. April leads you to her car, and it's impossible to overstate how small it is. It makes a sedan look like a studio apartment. Sorry it's so tight in here. So, how's your con experience been? Good. I liked all the panels, and now I can cross-survive an assassination attempt off my bucket list. It's been really nice getting closer to you. Aw, thanks. Bet you didn't think we'd be getting this close, did you? No, Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to touch your butt. It's just so cramped in here. You didn't touch my butt.
That was my butt, actually, but I don't mind.
Oh.
Can you get out of the car, please? I'd like to be alone with my friend here.
What? If I have to leave, why does Bozo get to stay?
It's at that moment you realize April's seat warmers aren't actually on. You've been sitting on someone's lap this whole time.
Sup? Love the smell of your detergent, by the way. What brand is it?
How long have you been... Wait, Void, is that you braiding my hair? I was about to ask you the same thing about my hair. If your name isn't April, first or Void, get the fuck out of my car! With much grumbling and muffled swearing, 10 clowns crawl out from God knows where and leave. Sorry about that. I rent this car with a group of other clowns. You know, with this economy, but at least we're actually alone now. So if you accidentally put your hand on someone's butt, it'll definitely be mine. You like those odds. You gain 2 fun hanging out with April in her tiny car all day, but lose 2 charm.
The
That's fine.
starts now.
Is it fine?
Yeah. I need both of those stats. So going from the higher to the lower is probably good.
You buy cool t-shirts with features the entire JoJo family tree. You're having a great time hanging out with Nico today, except for one weird little thing. They keep writing down everything you do in the notebook. So you kept the receipt for your slushie, but not when you bought that hot dog earlier. I see. Hey, Nico, what's with the note-taking? Oh, don't mind me. I'm just recording everything you do so I can study it later. Can I ask why? It's something I do for all of my cosplays. Understanding the core of the character is key to its effective cosplaying, you know? But what cosplay need you to study me? A cosplay of you, silly. You're cosplaying me? Yeah, I asked you if I could last night, remember? Flashback to when you were fast asleep last night. Zabby, stop screaming, it's just me. Nico, what time is it? I don't know, like 3 a.m. Anyway, I just had the best idea. Imagine me as you. Can I? Can I please? Huh? No, just turn off the light. Oh, I just thought that was another of my weird erotic dreams. My only problem is you made so many weird and contradictory choices in the day, I just can't work out what your core is. Do you have any idea? You don't know what the core of being Zabby is either. Use to call your therapist lifeline. You're unsure what's deep inside yourself. Maybe Nico can check by putting a finger in one of your soul holes and seeing what they find. Call a therapist.
Good call.
Great idea. Your therapist must be even more of an expert on you than you. I think this is her day off, but I've got her phone number. I'll call now. At your therapist's house, she's just sat down with her husband for a romantic dinner.
Hey, sweetie, I know things have rocky lately since I've been so busy with that nightmare client, but now that I have a day off, I wanted to... is that the phone? Sorry, one sec. Hello? Zabby, I told you to stop calling this number. If this is the result of one of those ridiculous choices you keep making, I told you, you need to wait until office hours to... An emergency? What kind of emergency? Okay, I can't believe I'm having to say this, but needing to find your core so your crush can cosplay you is not an emergency. Actually, scratch that. I can't believe I'm having to say this, because this is exactly the type of bullshit you always pull. No, don't put your friend on... Hello? Nico, I presume? Right, you want to know what I really think of Zabby? They're an annoying, attention-seeking, boundary-stomping, horny, reckless pain in the ass! Now don't ever contact me again!
Wow, she really nailed you. That was super helpful. This cosplay is going to be great. I can't wait to show you. Thanks for all your help. You gain +2 smarts and self-knowledge, but lose -2 fun, since you feel your therapist was a little hard share.
Okay. April, be my love.
I'm trying.
Finally, the art gang gathers round to put all the pieces of your greatest masterpiece together. Time to see the fruits of your labor. Oh. Okay. Oh, it must not have been a paintbrush. It must have been like a bong or something, I guess.
No, it
or maybe
seems
it's
like a
just for
paintbrush.
psychodelicness. Wanda's Big Trip is a brain-melting comic in which we follow a character's journey through the cosmic limits of the mind and beyond. Wanda will initiate the titular transformative trip when she goes too far in her search for inspiration for Isekai manga project. But she won't be alone. She'll find an unexpected guide and mentor in Error, an entity that might not even be real. I remember Error from last game. Together, they will traverse the astral territories of the subconscious and meet its many strange inhabitants, such as many dinosaurs, which represent Wanda's obsession with dinosaurs. It won't be an easy journey, for they'll face all kinds of metaphorical obstacles, like punching a bear. But Wanda will persevere, for she has a grand motivation that fuels her. She wants to achieve a new speedrun record for conquering a trip. In the end, she might be looking for a way home, but she'll find something much more transcendental. A previously unheard of 8th deadly sin that's deadlier than the other 7 combined. It's so colorful.
Yeah. This one's good. This feels.
I don't think there's any. I
This
don't think
feels
there's any
like a
dialogue
drawfee
in this.
bit.
Yeah, a little bit. Yep, no dialogue at all.
Nope, none needed.
Pure art. You gather your courage and ask April to go to the con after party with you.
Sorry, but no.
Oh, I can't. Sorry, I have
Oh,
something
no.
else to do. Oh, dang! What are you doing? Not you, that's for sure. Honk.
Not a chance. Bye.
You refuse to admit your rejection ever happened, so you decide to act as if time had stopped for you. You stay frozen in place at the con long after it's dismantled and replaced by a shopping mall. The architects decide to build a fountain around you, and you become the centerpiece of the rejection fountain. As part of a new superstition, customers start throwing coins in the fountain, wishing to never meet your fate. Wow.
You finally gather your courage to ask your favorite sexy shapeshifter to the con after party with you. I'd love to go to the party with you. What cosplay should I wear? I think what you're wearing now is already plenty sexy. Why not just go as yourself? I can do that. I'm already in character.
Aw.
The after party was stellar. When the party ended, you and Nico weren't really ready to say goodbye yet, so you went stargazing in the park. It turned out to be a night you'll treasure forever. Ah yes, treasure is such a fitting word, especially since you put both your hands inside of a certain treasure chest.
Mwah.
All right.
We did.
Yeah, we
Well, you
did
did it.
it.
Before we knew it, the con had ended. It was just 4 days, but we could swear it felt like an entire lifetime. All sorts of misadventures took place. Entire friendships blossomed, and we ourselves changed as people. The idea of going back to our day-to-day lives made us feel a little bit disoriented. Promises were made of not growing apart, of meeting again soon. Still, we would lie if we said it didn't feel a bit sad to leave all that behind. But as each of us went our own way, we realized that wherever we went, these people would be there, with us. And with that came a truth that to this very day we hold close to our hearts, that no matter where we are, we belong. It's a thought that still gives us warmth, that makes us feel, once again, young and unafraid. And it reminds us that even as years go by, we will always be ready to start.
When you stream, you would not believe what you have
And that's
to
our
deal
stream today.
with. So many
Yeah,
company
I hope
streams
everyone
like
had
you
a good
like
time.
Yay. You have a good day,